folks, welcome back. This is Lance Sisney with LSTV. I'm glad you joined it again. I'm sorry it's been so long. I got a lot to catch up on. Let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to take you back to X, my go-to, and here we got a Mr. Steve Milloy at Junk Science reporting 37 years of climate hoax are down the drain. May 2024 was cooler than May 1987 in the U.S. by almost a degree, despite 37 years of global emissions and much urban heat island warming. As a climate hoaxer to explain, ask a climate hoaxer to explain that. So that's just the numbers, folks. It's not me. I mean, that's the information we're provided to us to make our information off of. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give this guy a follow. We really should make our information based on those numbers and the independent reporting of the facts, and not the industrial complex reporting of what they want you to go along with to make their profits off of. So we'll just continue on to my next post to share with you. This will be a Mr. Toby Young, and he's reporting from the Daily Skeptic that almost all of the recent increase in global temperatures is due to the introduction of green air policies. A team of NASA scientists has said in revelations that has shocked the world of climate science. Go ahead, look it up for yourself. I'm going to leave all my links down below. I'm not going to bore you with reading it out loud to you. I think you're pretty smart enough. You can probably read for yourself. So I want to take you to the New York Post, which is very slow to load. I keep on trying to get this link to come up in the video, but for some reason, they want to throw a lot of ads at you. But hey, everybody's got to make a buck these days. But let's see if we can. Here we go. We can just scroll up. Hold on, maybe you'll see. Yeah, if I can close this ad. There we go. Here we go. Electric vehicles release more toxic emissions and are worse for the environment than gas-powered cars. This is the study. Guys, look it up. I'm serious. If you think this environmentalism stuff is really to help you, to save the world, to make things cheaper for you, you're really being misled. Let's continue on. That was my, oh shoot. Well, we're just going to have to open that one again now, aren't we? That's the problem with those pesky mouse buttons. Sometimes they click a little too quick. So here we go. We did the New York Post. Here we go. Now let's see what James Melville. Oh, let's see what he has to say about a Mr. Bill Gates' plans to block out the sun. Bill Gates is backing the first high-altitude experiment of one radical climate change solution, creating a massive chemical cloud that can cool the Earth. It's called solar geoengineering, and it's highly controversial. Yes. After the great push to make us all go solar and buy solar panels, well, why wouldn't we want to try to block out the sun and force an increase in those energy prices? Sounds like a great investment to me. Doesn't it sound like that, Bill? Oh, Billy boy. And when I said, here's my comment from my Twitter account. I said, what's to stop someone from maybe, let's say, using this as a weapon to destroy another country's food supply, since the growth of food depends heavily on the sun? We're trying to cool the earth and cool your profits because we got some food we want to sell you. This is all about products, folks. Y'all think this is about humanitarian causes and Bible verses. This is about product sales and pushing their product on you versus letting the economy occur naturally. This is unnatural in the sense of economy. Jump over to News Start. What was that? New Start. Okay. The World Economic Forum, Iceland, has opened the world's biggest carbon capture plant. The carbon is pumped deep underground where it turns into rock, so it can be stored and reused again for later. Well, I started thinking about that. They talk about carbon dioxide or CO2 being the enemy of the environment, but I seem to have looked it up before and found out there are many commercial uses for carbon dioxide. In fact, the industrial uses of carbon dioxide include construction, healthcare, fire extinguishers, chemical production, carbonation like your beverages, industrial applications, foods, chemicals, supercritical drying. So, in essence, what they want you to do is give them the money through your tax dollars to create an industry around pulling carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere so they can turn around and sell it commercially. Are you catching on yet, folks? Are you catching on yet? Let's see what this Mr. Melville says again. I have another post from him. Oh, we're going to follow the science. Here we go. Remember some more of that industrial earth stuff that makes the world a better place? Lab-grown meat up to 25 times more costly for the environment than beef. See, they don't want you to get it cheaper, folks. They don't even want you to get it better. They just want to sell it to you at an inflated cost and just something that you'll go along with. Let's see what Breitbart News is going to say about this stuff right now. I'm going to pull some Breitbart up here. The amount of copper needed for electric vehicles is impossible for mining companies to produce. We're not talking about improbable. We're not talking about impractical. We're talking about impossible. So this isn't a push to help you or make the world safer or a better place to live for your children in the future and their little children in the future. This is a push to increase their profit margins over you, the slave, the plebes, the poor. I go to my post here on this Mastodon account, noauthority.social. The average U.S. vehicle age surges to record as prices soar. This is from Liberty Nation News. We're not talking about getting people cleaner, more efficient cars on the road to make the world a happier, safer place. We're talking about people keeping in their old junkers so long that they are forced into poverty so that the people who want to roll around not having to pay a dime for their electric cars, they want the government to subsidize the electricity and the power and their freaking cars and watch you fucking poor people sucking that emissions gas pump and like be stuck on the side of the road because they don't want you going anywhere. That's really what it is. They don't want you with the ability to go places like they have the ability to go places. Well, why wouldn't they want you to do that? It seems like some sort of big fraud to me. And, I want to talk about, let's see what some type of fraud is going on out there right now. There's all kinds of stuff that they're deceiving us with all the time. But here, let's listen to this man. Let's see if we can get his audio to come in.
Group of junkies who relapsed going, listen, man, I just need some liquidity, you know what I'm saying? I just ran into some bad subprime, We just had complex formulas. We just didn't factor in greed and panic, I just need $805 billion by Tuesday. Yeah, no, seriously. No, I would not screw you again. It's pretty crazy.
I've learned my lesson.
No, baby, this is not like the other time. Seriously, I just throw me a bed here, baby.
Just give me,
help me out.
Just give me a little bit.
Yeah, just a taste. That's all I need is a taste. I need $2.5 trillion. I'll pay you back.
Get me through 1 week.
Yeah, it's like they're going to print out a new $20 bill. The new Geithner $20 bill will be, instead of "In God We Trust," it'll just say "Trust me." And it'll be the little man from Monopoly going like,
man, wasn't he telling the truth? God damn, that was good. Pardon my blasphemy and my, forgive me, Holy Spirit. Go back to my No Authority account here. What I follow that up with. This is something that I posted a while back, and I don't know if a lot of people pay attention to it, but see, this article written by sort of publication I think that is intended to advertise to people who are more in the sports industry were talking about the dark side of athletes' excessive wealth and fame back in April of 2023. And the article goes on to explain how young athletes end up getting abused because people can take advantage of them and try to get their money from them because they're not used to having that much money. And, I say this is kind of ridiculous because, they're specifically targeting this concern towards athletes, but when in reality, it's anybody that has money that ends up with it all of a sudden for no reason. It's not just athletes, and they try to make it look like, oh, these dumb jocks just don't know what to do with their money. That's any human being. They will take it from a child. They will take it from a man who just got a good job. They will take it from a woman who has more money and not enough sense to know what to do with it. They will take it from anybody, and not just athletes. And I think that's an offense to athletes to say that it's just about them. So my next pull up here, going from X, is how this industry corrupt advertising works out for a few. Those CEOs, look, CEOs made nearly 200 times what their workers got paid last year. The median pay package for CEOs rose to $16.3 million, up 12.6%, according to data analyzed from the Associated Press by Equalizer. That covers the inflation for them. What about you? What about y'all out there? Did y'all get a 10% pay raise out there last year that matches the inflation that rose since 2021? Do y'all get that same amount of 10% to cover y'all's costs? I don't know, but I haven't. Maybe I'm just not in the right industry. But, we all keep trying. You look at my links down below. You can watch these videos. They're all there. And then let's hit up some Axios news right now. Let's go to Axios and see what Axios has to say. Rich Americans. Hold on. Let's go. Let me go. Let's see it. Let's see it. Rich Americans are reaping the rewards of soaring prices for stocks and houses as lower income Americans struggle. Isn't that how it is? I mean, that's just how it is. The rich stay rich and the poor stay poor, so fuck you. Like they think they're doing some great thing by, this government they say is here to protect us. It ain't protecting you, maybe. It ain't protecting me. It ain't protecting nobody. It's protecting the rich. That's all it's protecting. The feds raid corporate landlords. Oh wait, hold on. No. I'm gonna say this is a little bit of a obscure, off the wall kind of take on it. The feds are raiding corporate landlords, escalating nationwide criminal probe of rent increases. So I'm going to leave these links for you to follow. Okay, you don't have to open it here. I'm not going to read this thing to you, but I feel like I should at least. It goes in to explain how last month the FBI reportedly conducted an unannounced raid of Cortland Management, a major corporate landlord based in Atlanta. The investigation centered around the use of RealPage, an advanced property management software used by many corporate landlords. Following a 2222 expose by ProPublica, RealPage and landlords that use the software have been named defendants in multiple class action lawsuits. According to the lawsuits filed by the state of Arizona in February, landlords are supposed to be in competition with each other, outsource daily pricing and ongoing revenue oversight to the RealPage. The company allegedly facilitates and encourages landlords to work cooperatively to increase rents. We got software out there, folks, that is working against the free market, that is pushing for the increase in rent and house prices so the corporate investors can make more profit off of your earnings that are not increasing at all. That's the scam, folks. That's the scheme. They're not going to rob you with the gun. They're going to rob you with the bill for the mortgage that comes in the mail. Here we go. This is something that I think really a lot of people hadn't been paying attention to. We've been reporting this for a while back, that when will the crisis in the U.S. housing affordability crisis end and how? Well, how? How would you say? From the National Immigration Forum, still more room to grow. Immigrants can reverse the U.S. population decline and its economic consequences. You see what I'm saying, folks? They're not charging more for houses to get you a house. They are forcing those house price charges increases so that more people can get flooded into the market. And why? Why would you say they would do this? It seems like they wouldn't be working in your best interest if they were doing this. Well, we got election desperation going on, folks. They trying to make it look like they're doing something for somebody. Who's going to be the biggest donors? Who's going to be the biggest voters? 5 months 5 months before the election, Biden is determined to neutralize what could be determined as his biggest political vulnerability against Trump. Immigration. That's convenient timing. And I thought there was no border problem. In fact, I can go through some of my feeds and find a clip that has Pierre Jean-Claude Van Damme talking about there is no border crisis from back in 2023. So let me get this straight. A year ago, there was no border crisis. There was no reason to be alarmed. However, just a very few months before a major election comes up, now all of a sudden we got to do everything we can do to shut it down. If you're not seeing it, folks, I can't make you see it. You got to find out on your own. I mean, it's not right, and you should know it's not right. You shouldn't let them get away with it. But how do we do anything to stop it? How? How can we do anything to stop these people from doing anything about it? This is the new president of Mexico taking a picture of BlackRock CEO's Larry Fink. And I said, well, hold on. That's not where I said it, though. I said, maybe this is where I said it. Well, no, it's just amazing how those parties just keep on ending up tied together in the same a bundle. You know, the CEOs of major landholding companies and presidents of foreign nations and changing nationalities, and a lot of it doesn't make sense. But this is a guy here in Pennsylvania who's basically admitting that non-citizens have been voting for years. So the fear of the immigrant vote is driving a push to allow industries to basically socialize and decide their best interest over yours, which is the exact opposite of what the constitutional republic was supposed to provide protection for. And I don't think we should allow anybody who supports those industries any voice in our government anymore. I'm going to leave you with one more clip, and I hope this will come in clearly.
Conspiracy, but
you
because...
don't need a formal conspiracy when interests converge. These people went to the same universities and fraternities. They're on the same boards of directors. They're on the same country clubs. They have like interests. They don't need to call a meeting. They know what's good for them, and they're getting it. And there used to be 7 oil companies. There are now 3. It will soon be 2. The things that matter in this country have been reduced in choice. There are 2 political parties. There are a handful of insurance companies. There are about 6 or 7 information things. But if you want a bagel, there are 23 flavors because you have the illusion. You have the illusion of choice.
Right.
You don't get the real important choice. There's no freedom of choice.
That's a great point.